In your pursuit of wealth and success, at the beginning of it, or in the middle of it, or even towards the end, if you knew that it was going to cost you your marriage or your family, knowing beforehand that that potentially could happen if you don't address the cracks in your marriage or how you're showing up for your children, would you do it? The answer is probably no. You knew that ahead of time, right? I can tell you from experience that as men, so much of our identity and our worth is tied to money, is tied to success. And once we start to get a little, it becomes like a drug. We want more and more and more and more and more and more. And if we're not careful, there can leave a devastating path behind us. I was married for 17 years. I don't even remember what the discussion or the argument, the wife at the time, she and I were having. We had a lot of money. We lived in a very large estate. And I remember we were arguing in the driveway. And I looked at her and I go, do you realize how hard I work for this family? Do you realize what I do for you and our children? And she looked me in the eyes and she said, I wish we lived in a one-bedroom apartment. Now, we have 4 sons. By no means did she really want to live in a one-bedroom apartment. We were in an 11,000 square foot home. We had all the things. But what she was telling me, she didn't have the words or the tools at the time, is, hey, Adam, you're not showing up for me emotionally and mentally in the way that I need you to show up, not only for me, but for our family. And she was right. I was there physically, but emotionally, mentally checked out. And I'm providing. She's got her Amex. She can spend whatever the hell she wants. She can do whatever she wants. And I felt good about myself. I'm doing this. I'm greasing the wheels. But the reality is there was other parts of our relationship that weren't being addressed. And ultimately, that's what she wanted. That's what she was craving. I can't tell you how many successful business owners that I know that have had 8-figure and 9-figure exits. In the pursuit of wealth, those big moments, this feeling that once we get to this point, everything's going to be okay. Or once we get to this point, everything will be all right. I'll address this when this happens, or I'll address this when that happens. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen it when a particular business owner has a successful exit or makes a bunch of money and says, all right, now we're good. There's been too much devastation. Too much time has gone by. Those little cracks have become like the Grand Canyon, and it's too little too late. Or there's many people that in the pursuit of wealth think that they're going to have this aha, this euphoric moment, and then they get all this money, and then all of a sudden their purpose of who they were as men is gone. Even though they might have the significant amount of money in their bank account, they feel empty, they feel lost. And this happens because we tie so much of our worth and our identity to money. And I am telling you that our worth is not tied to how much money we have in our bank account. Money is important. It is energy, but it is not who we are. And if you find yourself in your pursuit of building your business and building your career, that there is disconnect with your wife or with your kids, I'm telling you, it needs to be addressed now. You need to take intentional effort. You need to take your foot off the accelerator with work and put the accelerator more on with your family, because there is a cost to it. Just here recently, I was at a dinner with a bunch of business executives, and there's this young entrepreneur. He's working. He doesn't know necessarily what to do. He's not dating his wife. And I just looked at him and I said, brother, I want to be really clear that you need to start dating your wife. You need to start putting more time in pursuit of wealth. And as you're building this, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You can do both. You can have it all. You can still have the business and you can have the family. It doesn't require this all or nothing mentality. And we as men get so caught up into that, and our ego, and again, our identity is that. And I'm here to tell you, you are not your business. And the only way to correct that or autocorrect that requires a recalibration. You need to recalibrate you as a man and work on those cracks that are in your foundation. If you don't, there is a deep cost that you will have to pay. It is inevitable. It is inevitable that this will catch up with you. And I'm living proof that if you do not address that, the collateral damage that will come as a result of your pursuit of wealth will be catastrophic. And so use me as an example, use other people in your life as an example, recalibrate, address those things, take your foot off the accelerator. I'm telling you, there is a cost if you don't. I work with elite men who have had success that find themselves in this trap, in the pursuit of wealth, and almost don't know how to get themselves out of it. And I'm telling you, you can. The truth is, if you let off the accelerator of what you're doing in your business, you'll actually address your family. You'll actually have more money. You'll have more peace. You'll have more fulfillment, and you'll have more confidence as a man. I'm telling you, it's real and it's possible. Comment the word or send me a message, rebuild, and let's set up a time to talk, and I'll show you how this process works. It's incredible, and I'm telling you, if I can do it, you can do it.